What is up, guys? PetriFy here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today is a very interesting one. So I streamed for about 5 hours yesterday playing some COR6, testing the game and letting you guys play it, and I actually got to interview the Stylis developers, Shaylin, Axis, and Lido, the three main developers that created COR5, Phantom Forces, and now the future of their next creation, which is COR6. So I just want to say a huge thanks for them actually taking the time and replying to a lot of your guys' questions and my questions that I was curious about. But what I do want to say, everything that was talked about in this video, you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's very possible, like very possible, that nothing they said will come true or even happen in the game. And it's also very possible that stuff that they did talk about will come true, but later on in development when the game's probably full release. There are a couple things I know for sure that they're excited about to implement into the game that I know for sure they'll most likely try their best to get into it. That actually excites me a lot, and I'll be talking about a lot of those things in a future video. But I just want to get this one out for you guys and highlight all the juicy conversation that we had. But again, make sure you guys take this as a grain of salt. That's very possible everything that we talked about might not even happen. Another thing I do want to mention on top of all of that, COR6, 6, aka COR6, it might not even be the name of the game. They might end up changing that. So just keep that in mind. So we might not have the COR6 6 title for this game. But I'm going to leave you guys to it. Sit back, relax, or listen to all the conversation. I try to put everything possible into a video and try to keep it as short as possible. Hopefully it's about 10 minutes. But it might go longer than that because we talked for 5 hours long, so hopefully it's not too long. Anyways, make sure you guys take everything with a grain of salt. Don't take it to heart. Don't expect it to be out on launch. Just be hopeful, cross your fingers that we get an amazing game and an upgrade from Phantom Forces. Anyways, enjoy the video. Back to the weapon line or whatever. If you decided to do credit-wise, would it be quite expensive to get it free? Like other than like leveling up, obviously, trying to get those.
So how we were planning on having weapon unlocks be is you like say you have this weapon line or this attachment line or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And by using the weapon, like the current weapon, like if you use the most recently unlocked weapon or something, then you get like experience for the next weapon or something. We don't really know for sure. Like it's again, this is all like work in progress.
Yeah.
But basically,
what would you guys like to see?
Yeah, what would you like to see?
For me personally, I think overall, no matter what weapon you're working on, you shouldn't have to use that weapon to unlock the one after that, unless you're talking about like the attachments for the weapon. Like obviously you're gonna have weapon streamline, and then you're gonna have like a attachment streamline or variation streamline of the weapons, like that certain weapon. That's what I got from you guys talking. So that you can obviously buy those, and you can also level it up. I think that's a fair way to do that to unlock for that weapon. But I think overall, no matter what gun you're using or how you're gaining your XP, that should work towards the weapon unlocks, like the weapon stream.
I think we were considering basically having all the weapons unlocked at rank, and then you work, and then you have to like, I don't know, use like, okay, you have the 1911, and then you have the 1911 A1, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, like M1 Thompson, and then you like, you just have to use the most recent one in order to get the next one in that lineup. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that being too big of a problem.
Yeah. Big issue right now with Phantom Forces is we can add like all the content we want to, but like people who are rank 40, if we add like a rank 30 gun, they immediately have it, and then they go and play with it, and then they're done because okay, well, I played with this gun and didn't have to work for it, so it has no value.
Yeah.
So we really want to avoid that. We want content to really mean a lot more in this game than it does in Phantom Forces, where you're rank 100 and we add a new gun. Oh, they add a new gun.
For sure, because it does get boring for me when you guys add a new weapon, because obviously I'm already high enough rank for it. So adding the level system behind the weapon actually does help, because I'm the type of person that enjoys grinding for that, so I don't really like buy the gun.
Yeah, no, grinding is how you make players have fun, and it sounds so weird because players like usually talk about, oh, it's so grindy, but I mean, as long as it's not too grindy, that's fun.
So how do you feel about being forced to use like the preceding weapon to unlock like the next weapon in the line?
Like M1 Thompson to.
I'm all for it because that's just like
Yeah.
in COD where you have to level up the weapon to unlock the attachment. I don't mind it at all. I think it's pretty much the same system.
Okay, yeah. So like we're thinking, one idea I had in mind is like you have this tree, you have the Thompson, and you want to unlock the very last gun. It might be like the grease gun or something. You can potentially skip all the in-between guns by using only the Thompson, as long as it's in the same family, but there'd be some kind of multiplier. Like since there's this many like gaps in between, your effective EXP is going to be reduced to get to that same base amount, versus if you had like the immediate next like previous gun to the last gun. That's one way to do it. So you can like immediately try to unlock the last gun, but you'll be 10 times slower because the effective EXP you're getting out of your starter gun is like based on that gap.
Oh yeah, and we also had this other idea where, and actually I think we forgot about this, Harrison, where you like, so like you have the different versions of the Thompson that came out, and one of them is suppressed and whatnot, and you cannot customize the guns at all. There's just a ton of different variants, but after you master the weapon, then you get to unlock all the different pieces and mix and match. So that would be, I don't know if that might be a good idea.
I wouldn't mind that.
Push it down because I found a server bug that I need to fix. So just rejoin again.
Everybody rejoin. So I wanna make sure I'm getting this all right. So for the weapon variants that you're leveling up,
These
so are you
different ideas that we're talking about right now, by the way.
Yeah. For one of them that you explained, are you saying you want them to use the newest one that you unlock to unlock the next one? Or can you use like the main version?
Sorry, go ahead, Harrison.
Or could you use like the default version and still unlock the ones after that? Like in that variation.
Sorry, Harrison, are you gonna answer that?
Oh yeah, say that again. I was missing.
Okay, so from what I was getting from one of the things you guys were explaining about variations.
Yeah.
Now, when say you're using the default one, you lock the second variation of whatever weapon. Would you want people to use that second variation to gain XP for the third one?
Yes. If you use the second one, then you'd have like the base, like a flat multiplier. Like it's 1-to-1 EXP ratio gain for the third one. Versus if you use the first one to unlock the third one, you'd have a slightly less multiplier.
That was actually
like 0.9.
That was actually what I was gonna say you can do instead, because I wasn't getting like I wasn't understanding fully. Because I was gonna say if you're doing it where you have to use the other one, you don't, and you had to unlock it, you just use the default one, but you gain a little bit less.
Yeah, that's what we would go for. So you're incentivized to use other guns, but like if you really like the first gun for some reason, like go for it and use it.
Yeah, I know some people are not gonna want, like, let's say you get a certain optic on a weapon, they're like, I like the iron sights better. Yeah. So with these variations, with the mastery, what you guys had planned, or the idea you had, is you don't get to customize that until you master that weapon?
Yeah, I mean, there's like 8 different variants of the Thompson. So like, I mean, if you want to use a different Thompson, then just use a different Thompson.
Yeah.
And they'll all have different, you know, whatever. But and then at the end, after you master the gun, then you can unlock this this build, like where you get to just totally build your own gun.
Yeah, I think that system's great. I think people would really enjoy that. I think there are going to be people that dislike it, but I think it's a newer system that's not really been implemented to any FPS on Roblox. So
yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of a single game that is, well, I guess Army of Two did it, but that was like years. That was like 2008 or something.
I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah, we don't know if we want to go like small scale maps or big scale maps yet.
Because if y'all are doing 30v30 instead of 16v16, the maps might need to be a tad bigger. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't make games, so I can't really say for sure, but that's just logically speaking, I
We're
suppose.
probably gonna stick to 30 player servers like Final Forces. Like this is, I don't know why we have it at 200 player servers, but we just left it like that, and then
We need
this blew up.
64v64. Come on.
hey, to be honest though, it ran pretty well for
Yeah, I
around
was
80
doing- I
players
was
in here at
chilling.
once.
60 FPS.
Yeah.
There was 80 people in here or something like that earlier. I was chilling.
But we have
I'm still
beefy
getting decent
PCs, so
FPS. I'm still
Yeah,
getting very
I'm still
decent
getting 60.
frames.
I
What
dropped.
kind
Is
of
there?
rig do you have?
I mean, I got a 1080 i9 9900K, so
Oh yes, that CPU. That's a good CPU.
yeah, that's probably why. And most people don't have that. Obviously, not everyone has it.
Yeah. Yeah.
something cool that Bad Business did. I hate to mention like other games and stuff, but they allow people to make their own custom maps and load it up in their private server.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
like
actually
they
I
like
have
they
no plans for that, and that would definitely be like something to be done later on. But I really like that idea, and good for Bad Business.
We
Yeah.
technically have that in Phantom Forces. It's just for mods. Like mods have that command.
yeah.
There's just the potential of crashing the game code if this map is not set up correctly. But I don't know. We just make sure we don't have bad like missing spawns or like missing map configuration files. And
Mm.
stuff.
Gaming.
I would
rig
I would
might
say
be
about 90% of the player base is laptops. So
Yeah, man,
So-
you know, and
Very
hopefully
true.
a third of the player base will be mobile.
And
yeah. Wait,
And it
you
kinda
guys
sucks-
are you guys gonna attempt mobile?
Oh yeah, we're gonna attempt it.
Oh boy, and
I,
Xbox or no?
Oh yeah.
All right, just please, for the love of God, don't give them insane aim assist. That's all
Oh
I
my
pray
God,
for.
please.
I don't
They
want to
just
get
look at
aimbotted
someone
across
and
the
the
map.
game shoots for them,
Bad
dude,
Business had a
please.
huge issue with that. They had aim
Oh,
assist,
yeah.
auto shoot,
So, like,
everything.
last year, I worked with a friend to make a mobile FPS,
Oh
and
dude.
we came up with a really good way to do controls. And we have by far the best mobile controls of any FPS on
Oh,
a phone of any FPS. I mean,
Yeah,
we
bad-
put like an inordinate amount of off of Roblox platform as well. We're better than Call of Duty controls for sure.
All right.
When Roblox is better than a AAA title.
I mean, I wouldn't call Call of Duty.
I think a
Oh,
lot of
okay,
Roblox.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like mobile support, and they do
Yeah.
like a third of their players are on mobile. So it would be really good. I think we can make like a really compelling mobile version of this game, and actually not even version, I think we can do really compelling mobile controls for this game. Like you won't be like just destroying servers like you would on PC, but it will be playable on mobile. Well, we'd really like to make it that way if like performance considerations are just absolutely terrible.
Mobile players and console players and PC players will be split, or will be combined?
We're gonna try to combine.
Okay, interesting.
I guess I guess a good question for this console keep up to date along if we're gonna be playing against each
they'll be
other.
on the same place. You'll be playing on PC against console players, and mobile players will be playing against PC and console players. We have pretty good controls in a test game that I was working on with a friend called Mercenary Simulator.
Yeah.
And we did some really
Actually
good mobile
tested it.
controls. And, oh yeah. And if you look, we tell like on the leaderboard, on the scoreboard, we tell you whether people are using PC or mobile, and like there's several players who are like mobile players who consistently just wreck all the PC players as well. So I mean, it's it's definitely possible to make a relatively balanced and fair system, such that like PC players and mobile players can play against each other. But like again, I don't know about performance.
Yeah. With this though, will mobile players have aim assists? And I think
They'll have aim assist just as PC players have aim assist.
The aim assist is more of like a number. Like how big are the hitboxes going to be? How generous it would it be? Even PC players are going to get some kind of quote aim assist. It's just like maybe you shoot the player half a stud off. You start mobile players. You shoot the player like 2 studs off. You get the hit. Something
Or
like
like one
stud. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, we do a lot of testing like to figure out the actual numbers. Like these take a lot of testing. And the first worst case, like if mobile does not work, I mean, we can still have this game run on mobile separately, have their own servers.
But no, we'll make sure the mobile works. Like it's gonna happen if the performance works out, and it'll be fine. Like we're not gonna destroy the main PC experience for mobile players, but we're also not gonna have auto shooting. So, and we're not gonna help the mobile players that much because I mean we're just gonna have good controls on mobile. We shouldn't have to compensate for mobile that way.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
like like touchscreens are actually a better input method than controllers are. Like, I mean, you can be more accurate with aiming and shooting and like following people than you can with a controller. So it's kind of interesting.
I wanted to ask, since I know y'all this kind of just started, this might be a kind of broad question.
Oh no, it's
might
gonna
be
happen
an
again.
Early question, but what kind of time frame are y'all planning on for this game? Like, are y'all pumping a lot of resources into this, or is this kind of just a side thing for now, and then as it gets traction and stuff, y'all start like doing a lot more with it, or what? If you
Yeah,
don't,
this is main game right now.
oh,
All right, good.
So okay, all right,
That's perfect to hear.
yeah, I like that.
We
okay.
don't really know, like, so we wanted to have this game released like
Oh,
a month ago. I mean, yeah, we knew it was kind of unrealistic to have that goal,
Yeah.
but we're kind of thinking like 6 months from
Alright.
now.
that's exactly what I said when I seen the gameplay that was posted on Twitter. I
Yeah,
said
you
it
said
looks like 5 to 6 months.
out. Yeah.
5 to 6 months. Do you guys know what you're gonna do for leveling system yet, or didn't plan that yet?
Harrison, you want to go for this?
We're gonna just do like standard levels up to a certain level cap, maybe 150, and
All right.
then we can decide if we want to do prestige or we have like we're
Like
prestige,
Modern
but the
Warfare?
levels.
Prestige would be I think that'd be a good
nice.
choice. That'd be really
Yeah.
nice.
I can't remember.
Being stuck in level like 200 plus with nothing else to grind for. Not
When you look at your level box,
I mean, a
in
max
PDF and it
prestige would be
says,
nice, so you can
"Next level
constantly grind for that.
unlocked,"
The
Nothing.
question is,
Yeah.
does prestige relate to your actual unlocked weapons? I don't know if that's
yeah,
possible. I think it would just be like a level thing,
Why?
and then it would unlock
Oh
new
my God, the
things.
lag.
that's a little
Dude,
weird.
So
what?
with the 150 level cap that you're talking about, were you also about to mention like how Modern Warfare does their thing, where they set it?
I was
Season?
gonna do something like Overwatch. Like that would have been a
What do
strong
they?
place.
I don't remember what they
when
do. I haven't played
level
that in
up,
so
when
long.
you level up, it just adds a star like to your icon.
That
or
would that'd
whatever.
be
Alright.
cool.
That's kind of
And
cool.
it just- And it just goes on forever. And then like the amount of EXP per level onwards is the same. It doesn't like exponentially keep increasing like
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
where rank 300 it's impossible to level once. It's like really hard.
I
You gotta
hate
at least
that.
play 10
yeah.
games or something.
Yeah. What you could do is
Oh my God. There's so
like
many-
host a straw poll and leave it up for a while and let people vote between the two, what they would rather.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
I
guess
feel
that
like
might be a good idea.
I think that would be pretty mixed. People wanted prestiges or not.
But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do like the OG Call of Duty style where you literally lose all your loadout. I don't think that's viable for this kind of game.
I think they're trying to not do that anymore anyways.
Yeah.
It seems like they're trying to move away from that recently.
Feels like it.
One question I have for the beta, I don't know if you guys thought this far ahead or not. Beta level gonna transfer over to main game or reset?
Reset.
Alright, I was
Probably
gonna say,
reset,
yeah, I wanted to reset.
Definitely reset for alpha to beta, and probably reset from beta to, like, I mean, unless I don't know, it's almost certainly, so don't count on it.
I think I have like the most important question that people are probably the most worried about. What happens to Phantom Forces when this drops? To get any
who are like actively making content for Phantom Forces, and they're gonna keep making content for Phantom Forces.
Oh, do you have any plans yet for Gamemodes? Like any idea what you plan to do? Obviously you're gonna have TDM.
Well, obviously like the standard rotation of everything in Phantom Forces. We might have a realism mode. Well, not really realism mode, but like a faction restricted mode where it's like you can only use weapons that belong to a particular team and it's set in a very particular location. You have very specific uniforms and stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Have party mode as well.
Yeah, I would love to see like one in the chamber and stuff. Really cool.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Gun game now for stuff like that, for separate game modes, will we be able to choose what game mode we want to load into, or is it gonna be a voting system?
We would really like to do that, where you like just whenever you join a game, you're just put into a game and you're automatically matched with people who are good. But then you can, like, if you want to, you can open up a menu and then you can be like, hey, I actually want to play party modes, and then you'll just be AFK in the game for a little bit, and then it'll teleport you or whatever.
Pretty good. I've been wanting to be able to like open up a menu in PF and go play once in a while, stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll have some kind of matchmaking option to search for like different game modes, but we're gonna have you like immediately join a random TDM game when you first click play,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you can decide where you want to.
Yeah. Going back to the game mode things, do you think there'll be anything new we haven't seen in PF game modes? Like other than like the mini games that you guys like respawn mode wise?
Yeah, again.
Or how about? Oh, sorry.
Is there any other like respawn modes that we didn't have in PF? You guys know of
you
any?
mean like search and destroy? Oh, you
Yeah.
can't respawn during this
Yeah.
period of time. I mean, that's pretty easy actually to
Yeah.
for game mode.
It's interesting because I don't know if people like being eliminated from a match and just sit for the rest of the round. That's why we avoided doing like elimination type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we're thinking about general audience here, which is like mostly kids who are like middle school.
Yeah.
And then also high school people. So
yeah, I know. I don't really like the CS:GO mentality where like you have to be super careful, or like Rainbow Six Siege where you like die once, well, you're stuck. Waiting for the
Yeah.
game.
I
Super
feel like
sweaty.
This game will be better than experience rather than like.
Is fall damage going to be a thing like PF? Like, is it going to be a huge thing?
Yeah, we're gonna add that
Yeah,
back.
because I really like jumping off of buildings and stuff. So I think we're gonna probably do like a less like you're gonna be able to fall further before you start taking damage.
Okay.
I think.
Because I'll tell you right now, PF used to have this
Good
huge
experience.
issue where you'd fall like 4 feet and you'd half HP in 2 seconds. Because
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do.
I think that's because you got
Stuck
flung
your-
below the floor though.
You stubbed your toe and it's just like, all right, I'm now going to die.
Yeah.
No, but I dropped off this temple, the second floor of this temple, and I dropped on someone, sprayed him down while I was falling, and I was like, "Can I get a fall from the heavens, like bonus points or something?" It was sick.
Yeah, you get if they also were to jump, you would have gotten a
Yeah, I asked
flying
about that.
ace.
Flying eight. Okay, that's
Oh, that's
cool.
sick. That's sick.
Jump
Beautiful.
kill while they're jumping. Flying
Oh
ace. I
my
love
God.
that. That's cool, dude. Oh man.
So I asked Chad to give me some questions. One of the ones that I see is kind of interesting. They said if you do camos, is it going to be more based around World War II, or are you going to go more like Phantom Forces, customize your camo,
Oh,
or do you not
we
have
an
plans for that?
interesting design for this.
Is it
Oh,
We're
boy.
going to have both. We're going to have
Okay, thank you.
tag that's like a realism camo type, like it's just like
Alright.
standard like textures, wood textures, and then like a fancy one, like just go ham with anything, anime, whatever, furry, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have an option to turn off those for a player. Like,
Alright.
if you don't want people
sick.
running around with like rainbow camos, you turn that off.
Yeah.
It turns it off for you as well. So you
Okay,
can play
cool.
on like a realism kind of aesthetic, and you don't want to see all the crazy aesthetics, then you turn that off.
Are
Yeah.
you guys
Otherwise,
gonna have
yeah.
a button to turn off UI like points and stuff and chat and
Yeah, we're gonna have those separate into like different categories. Like you can turn off one thing at a time, or you can turn off
Okay.
everything.
Because Bad Business has that. You can hit F5 and everything goes away. Even the directional red things that show where you're getting shot at.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you're taking damage or not. You just die and you're like, oh, okay.
I'm great for taking thumbnails.
With what I heard, where you're doing like the old style camos, all that. If you guys did end up doing that, and you're doing two separate ones, you could also think about putting those into unlockable camos and have the paid camo.
Yeah, we plan on having like, well, Shay's gonna be the one managing UV texture, so
Yeah.
he might have some premium camos for the really special like per gun camo skins that he has to, and we're gonna play around with those.
Building on to the camo question, like Bad Business, they have moving camos. Are you gonna like implement something like
Yeah,
that?
that's
as
pretty
well, or
easy
no?
to do. Yeah, we could do that.
Are
We already
y'all
have in
doing-
Phantom Forces.
Yeah,
we
you
just
already have them.
Don't know how to unlock. We don't have a good way of like what we should do to earn it, but the system's already in it, and yeah.
Are there going to be charms and stuff? Like maybe like daily challenges you can unlock credits or.
Yeah,
buy,
we'll
like,
probably
charms
do
and
that.
stuff?
That's part of the cosmetic stuff. We're also planning that in Phantom Forces Charms that threw around the idea. I figured out how I would do it, but I just the code base is really difficult for adding anything right now.
All right. Somebody in my chat asked if I think it's too early to ask, but for cosmetics, like in cases and stuff, yeah, so you're gonna be able to earn those easier than you would in PF, like credit wise, to unlock them.
Cases are still kind of an interesting topic. I know how we want to do them, or if we want to do them, because there's this whole movement against like loot
Yeah.
boxes
Cases.
worldwide,
Yeah.
and that makes it really hard to regulate and like follow regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're obviously gonna have camos and like stuff you can unlock. We can do it through challenges, so, you know, like achievements, daily contracts. We could still do cases, but it's
Yeah.
like is there a point? Usually it's for monetization.
Me personally, I love with what Modern Warfare did, where you can see what you're gonna buy and you get it outright. You buy it right then and there. I think
Oh,
that
that's interesting.
system,
Yeah, we could do that.
that system, I think everybody will enjoy much more because you know exactly what you're getting. It's not a chance getting
It's
something.
almost like a rotating shop.
Yeah, but the problem with that
How it used
is,
to be done.
yeah, the problem with that is you got to keep up with like releasing content for that subject.
Yeah, we can do that. Actually,
Purchasable
that's
stuff.
probably a good idea. I like that. Cases that you unlock and you know what you're gonna get, but you don't get it until you. Okay.
My current favorite idea is that we have cases that you can unlock. So you, by playing well or by completing certain objectives or something, you get a case, and whenever you open it, you don't need a key, you don't need to buy anything. You just open it, and then you get something. And then if you don't like it, you can just sell it to somebody else.
All right.
And then you can buy stuff from other people, which I think is actually maybe how CSGO does it. I don't really play CSGO for the skins. I just play it to.
Are you talking about like trading potentially?
Yeah.
Or, oh.
All right. I think people will love that.
No, trading would actually be kind of cool because that opens
People
up the entire new community.
Yeah. People would see stuff as like people will start giving it rarities and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It adds more depth without y'all having to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people for a while when you guys first launched Camos, that's what they asked if you're gonna add in PF. Long while ago, I remember that.
Yeah, I really like the idea of the community like working together or like inventing rarity systems or whatever for stuff. It's fun and dynamic.
One thing I have a question for, because COD did this in the past. I don't think they did it in Modern Warfare yet, but they did like community events where it's like total XP or total kills, but it's like a huge number, and you got to work as a community to get to that goal. You guys ever be interested in doing that?
I think that wouldn't be too hard to do, other than like distributing rewards.
Yeah.
Like just keeping track of experience isn't that hard, but like we could do that in Phantom Forces.
Yeah.
But distributing rewards in Phantom Forces would be quite difficult with the current system. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that games are doing nowadays just being interactive with adding little events and stuff like that. So that's why I was asking that, if you guys are ever going to do anything like that.
We'll probably do events, yeah. Like,
yeah, we've done
set up something.
Because I know everybody loved when you guys did the little like secret melee things for the little events. Pretty huge, guys.
Yeah, there could be definitely Easter eggs like that.
Another question I keep seeing a couple times in chat. I think it's way too early to really answer this, but they're asking, will there be more support for the smaller competitive side of things, for like spectating and if people?
Yeah, we really are hoping for that. They're like we're definitely making that a goal.
Along with like getting onto the if you did allow people to use or make custom maps, it'll open up a lot more for the competitive side of things as well, for people to make custom competitive maps.
But yeah, we're thinking about just having like spectate mode where you don't have a gun and nobody can see you, but you just run around and you're fast. It'd be really fun to like have the spectator camera, like especially for videos, somebody jumps off a building and you jump off with them, and then and you get to like see that dynamic movement and stuff. I don't know. It'd be really fun. We're thinking about streaming is what we're thinking about.
All right.
Make it look better to stream.
This is an interesting question. Somebody heard you talk about the factions. He said, do you get to create your uniform or for each faction? Like, is the faction meaning like clans, or you have set factions?
Factions are like in World War II. You have all these different nations are going
Yeah.
to war, like factions.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're talking like
Japan,
actual. Yeah.
Germany, America, France, stuff like that. Right?
Another thing I think he's also asking in that question is, would the factions change in maps?
Yes. It would be like you have this map set in like a Japanese island. Yeah, you're gonna have only
Alright.
Japan and US, or maybe
Okay.
British, because Britain also was around the area. So we can have some. If you're fighting in like Germany, we can have like either we can set it in the more western side, or be the US, British, France, and Germany. Maybe Italians. I don't know if they were there. Probably not. On the east side, you'll obviously have the Russians and Germans, maybe Italians. Italians were kind of everywhere in the Eastern Front and their own front. So yeah, it'd be like there'd be a set, like a subset of allowable teams per map, depending on where we set it, and we'll check like the history of that.
All right, I like that. Different guns for different teams, like American Starter Secondary 1911 or German Luger. That's something we didn't fully talk over. Is maybe limited depending on your faction that you have.
It might be limited. We're probably just gonna let you use whatever gun you want. Like, because I mean, like, definitely American soldiers are picking up, German guns and whatnot in World War II.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a huge deal.
I
guess it gets a little weird if you like, if an American soldier in Europe is like using some like Japanese weapon, but I don't think it's a big deal. So
yeah. One thing I will say, I don't remember the name of the game that I played, but you were locked to that faction and those weapons in that faction, and it just didn't. It wasn't smooth. Like it just felt like the Americans had the advantage, sort of, with some weapons. But overall, it's like you're on the opposite team, but you're not allowed to use what they're using. Doesn't feel right. Like having it open to everybody. In my opinion, that would be the option. This was a good question. I've seen it in chat. Kill streaks. Is that going to be taken from core?
No.
No, we're not doing kill streaks.
We don't care about kill streaks. I think fundamentally they're bad design. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
It's harder
favors,
for it favors the better players. Like obviously, if you put higher kill streaks on and you're a better player, you kind of dominate a lobby.
Yeah. We might do like kill streak bonuses, but I don't know. We're not gonna do. We might do like achievements, like hey, get a kill streak of 5 for this daily contract, or we'll record how many times you got a 10 kill streak of 10 and like put in your record. But it's mostly just stats and
something Treyarch does with their games, like Black Ops series. They don't do actual like physical nukes. They just give you like a medal for it. We're getting a 30 kill streak.
Stuff like that. That'd be a better way. Yeah, we don't want to actively give you more ways to destroy the server when you're already destroying them.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, kill streaks in a whole, it's not always super balanced for all types of players, because obviously you always have that one player that's better than everybody else on the server, and it might discourage certain players from staying in the lobbies.
Yeah.
A lot of the
kill
time.
streaks, they don't really take a lot of skill. It's like giving you free kills for kills.
Yeah.
It stacks. I don't understand it, but I guess it makes people feel good when they get on
it.
Yeah, I mean, we can make. Yeah, the idea is that we can make people feel good for doing good at the game without also just letting them totally destroy the server in the process.
Yeah. Now, going back to clans, I think I asked Shay this start a stream, but are there any plans for like an actual leaderboard and a clan system in? Because it was a huge thing when Roblox had like the leaderboards, and invite each other
Yeah.
to the team stuff.
I'd like to do a
Leaderboard
clan
nice.
thing. Yeah, I think having clan leaderboards would be interesting. We can try to.
Because that was a huge part of your
That was
guys'
cool.
player base. It was really, really big.
But like the current idea is that like you can unlock different versions of a weapon family. So you go from the M1 Thompson to the 1928 to the 1919 or whatever, and then like there's also like a really cool suppressed version, and then on top of those you'll have like side attachments and like maybe you can mix and match like parts of the Thompson and build your own Thompson, which would be really cool.
That's actually really cool and unique. I was actually gonna ask when we unlock all those variants are we?
Yeah, there'd be like a mix of like parts. So you'd be when you use like a Thompson and you're trying to progress through, you unlock a mix of parts and groups of parts that are classified as the next variant. So you can unlock like a random sight, like the Lyman sight, which is like this anti-air kind of looking sight, and then you unlock the Tommy gun, which contains like 2 or 3 parts individually, and then like you can alternate between those. Where you like unlock one part for any gun, then you unlock the group of parts, and you can kind of slap it onto your own custom Thompson in whatever way works. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Yeah, I'm following along.
we'll see how.
Yeah, I
Right
think you guys should
now-
try to really make that work. That's really cool. It hasn't been done really.
It's basically attachments, but
Yeah.
the way to see it is like not the modern sense of attachments, but the customization level is more or less going to be the same, if not. Like we're going for like you can replace your grip and stock and like everything. We're just calling them like,
Or
oh, this is
receiver.
like it's just under the umbrella of, oh, this is a variation that was explored, and you replace that part with this other variation instead of calling them modern attachments.
Yeah.
But effectively, they'd be the same.
Yeah, I really like that idea.
And I mean,
So-
how we're gonna do stats is that's the question. But
Yeah. So back with the attachments, I don't know if you guys took this in consideration or not, but or if it went along with like your idea of the mastery or whatever. Somebody asked, would you be able to use like certain like faction made sights on your American made weapon, say? Like when you
we don't know, but there's no technical reason why we can't do that. So like there's no code limitation for why we can't do that. So maybe we will, maybe we won't, you know, who knows?
This is a good question that nobody asked yet. Credits to buy weapons. Like, are you gonna be able to go buy a variant of like
Oh yeah, for
buy
sure.
pass?
Yeah, you can
Alright.
bypass.
Like, would you have to buy it one by one though? You can't just like skip. Like, you could, for example, you can buy the highest tier, but not buy the ones below.
You thought about this? I think the answer is probably yes. In that, if you only have like, say, you have the tier 1, but you want to get to tier 7, it'd be a lot more expensive to get that by buying and earning.
Yeah.
We were thinking about allowing you to grind, like select what you want to grind from where you are, rather than being forced to go through the entire line like
Yeah.
incrementally. That's
Yeah.
an interesting idea.
Yeah, like the thing is that so like there's really kind of 2 ways we could do that. I mean, there's more than that, but so we have like lines that you can, you know, like gun unlock lines.
Yeah.
And we could probably let you just purchase any gun in that line. But if we do that, then we'll like later on guns will have to be much more expensive than earlier on guns. Or we
Yeah.
could make you purchase every gun in the line and then have every gun be the same price. Or
Okay.
something.
So
It's
what you're saying is
whatever.
you would have, so say you want the last weapon in that line, that stream, whatever you guys are gonna call it. Would you have to buy the ones before that, or can you just?
Yeah, so I think we could either do it where you have to buy all the ones before it or unlock them before it, but they're all the same price. Or you know, you can like just maybe we could also have it where you just skip straight to the end and you purchase the last one, but it's like 10x more expensive. We don't really know
Gotcha.
how we want to do it, but it's probably going to be one of those.
Do you plan to make the credit system fair? Like, to buy those, are you gonna be Robux or is it gonna be credits?
So we're probably gonna like. So as far as monetization goes, we're not super sure, and we don't want to like maybe make people salty, but we also want to make some money off of this. So
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
Yeah.
You're not working for free.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we don't really know for sure. I mean, like the thing is that if we make everything, earnable, then it's not super duper pay to win, and like we don't really want to have later guns be more powerful than earlier guns.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're just going to be different. So like hopefully if we make it where you can only unlock guns early for Robux, then like it's not like people will think it's pay to win unless they're just kids and they're like, oh, this guy killed me with this later on gun and it's just so much better. But like I don't know, I mean the second they get it, they'll realize, oh no, I'm just a bad player.
All right, boys, I know this video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be about 10 minutes, but we just talked for 5 hours in that stream. So I got all the juicy stuff that I feel like they were pretty important to everybody. There's still a lot more that I would like to put in here, but it's already 40 minutes long. So I do want to try to cut it off here for you guys. Just keep in mind, in a couple days, I am going to have a everything you need to know about COR6 video. So I'm going to go through all the like very, very important stuff and try to explain it more in detail. And also keep in mind, everything that we talked about in this video overall, you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's very possible that nothing that we talked about is going to come true, nor will it happen. So you just got to cross your fingers and hope that anything that you enjoyed that we talk about does happen in the future of the game. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I'll talk to you guys next video. Peace out.